long as this is the way we have to look at Happy Travel as I go in and share it. Guys, if you save $31,
Right.
that's a value in itself because we have to look at the cost, right, versus the value. So we are talking about something that we need to save $31 for it to make sense. And as long as we do that, it is making financial sense. So I'm going to share my screen and keep that in mind that $30 is what we are aiming to save. And you're going to see, obviously, it goes a lot further than that. So let me go ahead and share my screen and let me know if you guys can see this. Yes, we can
Yep.
see this. All right. So, real quick, let's go through the booking engines. As you can see over here, we have all 8 booking engines. As Chris mentioned, you go over to Travorium, you're going to go and spend $250 up front. You're going to spend like $150, $175 a month, and that means that you got to get that money back in order to break even, right? Because this is kind of almost like a business opportunity, but we don't really have to really push the business. We can just push the savings. You can just spend $30, and if you can save $31, you got to win. So real quick, and I just posted this the other day because Cam, we do have about a foot of snow coming. So I just posted this the other day just to kind of put it out there to give people a little thought, especially around me, because I know people are thinking, oh my God, we got a foot and a half of snow coming. I'm thinking about spring break. So, I said,
Yeah.
hey, timing is right. Let me go ahead and put something out about spring break. Right. And here's what I found. I just put in Bahamas the other day. I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit here. Hopefully you guys can still see. Uh, um, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put in Bahamas spring break, and we're going to see what
What?
comes up. Right. So we got 54% off. Right. Again, all we got to
Wow.
do is save $30 for it to be obviously a make sense, common sense purchase. That's all we're looking at versus obviously retail, right? So this one jumped out at me because, right, if you look here, and Angela and we're talking about actually going and staying here, right? This right here, if we go over and you can see it's 1165, I'm going to pull up. This is what I love. This is what I love doing. I would do it for free. I mean, I'm doing it for free right now. I love being able to show people the proof, right? There's nothing better than black and white proof, data driven facts, numbers that nobody can debate. I've saved several $1,000s. I put that out. I put videos, but here it is, right? There's no denying. And by the way, guys, this is not no frills. Hey, this is the Motel 8. Take a look. This is TripAdvisor. You all know TripAdvisor. That's called numero uno, the top,
Yep.
number one.
Yep.
The
Yep.
top hotel or resort in the Bahamas, SLS Bahamar, same dates, right? You just can't debate facts. 29th to the 4th. Guess what? Right
Wow.
over here. 29th to the 4th. We're on the same exact time. So we're talking about 807 a night, right? Versus you go to the SLS website itself, the hotel website, it's 1271. It's going to cost me $30 to save $470 a night. That's why we call this the biggest no-brainer in travel. Like Chris
Wow.
saw that. He said, hey, they're like, hey, come on over and join Travorium. He's like, are you kidding me? Like, what? Take a look at this. Like, this is a no-brainer. This
Right.
by itself is worth that $175 a month. But, as you guys know, and by the way, you see all the prices and stuff like that. It obviously, I haven't seen this one or heard this, but obviously they were running some kind of a discount, but they still can't come close to ours. It's like $200 less or $200 more, right? And by the way, this place is beautiful, beautiful. Um, so that just gives you an idea, and there's obviously a bunch more, but that's just one of the popped out that people are very, very familiar with. So if we just keep on going through, again, we have 8 of these, right? So I actually took some notes, I wrote some down. Again, all over the world, if we go like this, by the way the resorts booking engine works, you'll see if I zoom in, or it should start coming up with, there we go. So you'll start to see, and you can move this around, you're going to see you can actually go and you can click on different places, and there's in Orlando over here, there's a couple hundred, over here in the Carolinas. And over here, I think, hey, look at that, Hawaii. Let's go to
80.
Hawaii. I think Bill Sheesby had mentioned on a post of mine that on that same post that he just saved $2,000 on a Hawaii cruise, right, using Happy Travel.
Yeah,
So,
I saved $2,050 and I booked three cabins, so a little over $7,000 I saved on that trip, coming up trip.
oh, goodness
For
gracious.
$29.95.
What a ripoff. You had to spend
Oh,
$30 to save 7,000?
$29.99.
Oh, okay. Yeah, again, seeing is believing, right? It's obviously it's in black and white here. So, you can go through it as an example right here. Again, $200 a night to stay in Hawaii for a full week. I mean, you're looking at this, look at a 4.0, you're talking about $200 a night to stay to
Five
stay
star.
in Hawaii, right? Let's see, Park Shore. Here we go. Park Shore. I've seen this one. I've heard of this one. Um, again, you're looking at a full week in Hawaii. Let's just see if we go through here. Look at our available dates. And sometimes, again, the images, that's the we're not paying for all the frills. We're not paying for the vanity. We're not paying for the bells and whistles on what the
Saving.
site looks like. We're paying for the meat and potatoes. We're paying for the savings, right? So people are like, oh, look at this. I don't care if there's a picture here or not. I care about how much I'm saving, right? So, like as an example here, there might be, it says, oh, so it's 3 nights. So the other one's 3 nights. So 7 nights, you're talking $200, $215 a night to stay in Hawaii, right? At a 4-star hotel. I will take
Crazy.
that every single time. I'm sure you guys will as well. Vacation rentals. Uh, this is cool because these are like the Airbnbs and the VRBOs. And the great part about it is, as some of you know, many of you know, it is really, truly right off of VRBO or Airbnb. So it's going to show you that actual place, and it's going to show you real time what Airbnb or VRBO has it for, right? So it's literally apples to apples, oranges to orange. You're literally looking at the same exact thing, right? It's just a matter of where you want to go, how much you want to spend, how much you want to save. And you can also break it down, right, by category. So, example, I'm a beach lover. Angela and I love the beach. So, like as an example here, if we just went down and we were doing let's see. Let's see. What's a good one? Uh,
Wow.
there's
These are
there's a lot of
good.
them. I'm looking. There's a lot of them.
There's
There's a
10
lot.
million. 10 million.
Yeah. I mean, oh, here we go. Here we go. What about this? Cancun. Look at this. This is Cancun, right? Mexico, Playa del Carmen, right? This is actually like a well-known, very, very popular resort, right? And it's what is it? A three bedroom condo, and we're looking at $2,000 for the entire week.
Three
You have a
couples go
family
in
of
on that.
6 staying at this place for $2,000 for the entire week. I
Taxes and
mean,
fees and everything's included, guys.
it's again, so again, total including all taxes and fees out the door. Again,
Wow.
this is why we are very excited about this, right? And I'm not going to take a lot of time to go through every single one, but cruises. I mean, literally, as you can see here, but I mean, 25,000 cruises here. Just as an example, the first one that comes to Carnival, $78 a night, $77 a night, $85 a night. These are all from worldwide. You can go and you do it by cruise lines if you want. Like, for instance, I'm a what's that? Royal Caribbean, right? So if you just wanted to go and put in Royal Caribbean, you go and put in Royal Caribbean, and you can obviously just go through $100 a night, right? Where was one? I think that I saw one on here. It was like $80 a night, I believe it was, from New York to Bermuda. Now I'm in the area of New York. It was like $600. I'm thinking I can get on a ship from New York. I can go 6 nights to Bermuda, and I can spend less on that entire cruise than it would be for me to get on a plane and fly to Bermuda, and I
Right.
get the whole week with all meals and everything included,
Everything.
with the cabin cheaper than I can do it on a plane to go to Bermuda.
Right.
I
Right.
just, no brainer, no brainer. Flights, again, I will caution you, as many of you know, flights are hit and miss. I wouldn't go through, but if you get a deal on a flight, that's great. A lot of these are regular price. You're going to find ones that might be like 2 to 5%. And in that rare occasion, you're going to find a business class or a first class flight that might be like 20, 30, 40%. They are very difficult to find, but they are out there when available. And when you
Yep.
see it, you jump on it, right? Cars, these are your rental cars. And as an example, I'll just put in, I know I've seen some great deals. And I think this was like one of the ones I've seen. Las Vegas was good. I mean, they're all over the place. I Philly. I mean, you name it. Punta Cana. It doesn't matter. They're all over the place. But here you go. Like Los Angeles, obviously, everybody says California is very expensive. We know California is expensive, but I wouldn't complain about spending $15 a day for a
Oh
rental,
my,
right? I mean, again, I don't need a Mercedes. I'm all about savings and I'm all about getting from point A to point B. As long as that car is nice and it can get me from point A to point B, I will gladly spend $15 because I don't need to impress anybody on the way back and forth from an airport to the hotel or wherever I'm going. So, as low as $15 a day as an example, right? Toyota Corolla, $18 a day. I mean, you're just not going to beat these prices. And then how about airport transfers, right? You got to get from your hotel back and forth. Now, I'm gonna put in a place that I know exactly, what this is because Angela and I have done this. We were there and we actually went from Punta Cana Airport and we stayed at Secrets, Royal Beach, got a great deal, right? Of course. And let's just say I'll just put in that same date. So here we go. March 29th, let's say we're going back and forth from the airport, right? It's about $50, $60 usually to get back and forth, the transfers. How about 12, right? How about
what?
12? I don't need an executive car. That's great, right? Or give me one of these things. I don't even know what that is, but give me one of these things. $14, right? It's basically half an hour back and forth. I mean, $12, $14, $17, and you're talking about a few people. If you have a family of four, you're talking about four people going in there and it's costing you $14. I mean, again, it's amazing. And then the last one here is activities. Real quick, this is just one of and these are not going to be, guys, the ones we just did are so incredible. This is just like gravy. It's just gravy. So I've just put in activities and we just go, let's say it's in May or June or whatever in New York City. These are going to be hit and miss, but basically just expect this maybe save 5%. It's almost like going and clipping a coupon or something like that. You're not going to break the bank. But look, if you can, instead of spending $100, you get it for something for $90 or 180, you get it for 168 or 93, you get it for 75. Whatever it is, if you're saving $5, $10, 15, $20 here, you guys know it all adds up. So it's just a little added bonus, a nice little feature on top of it. But again, when I started this whole thing here, guys, as you know, if you save $30, it pays for itself. What you guys just saw, obviously, we can save a ton more than $30.